Okay, now I'm back here with the Benchmade Valet. I don't think this one's going to go as long, but I'm hoping it will. So same testing parameters, okay? And I'll show you what I'm testing here. There's a paper towel, just to show you how clean it goes through here when it starts. So that's where I was at with the Kershaw Leek as well, okay? Except the Kershaw Leek just takes a finer edge than this thing does, though. So that's 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't be surprised if the edge was gone already. Okay, good. Alright, I don't know if this is going to last as long though. It's just not that razor steel. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. I hit the ground pretty hard. Yeah, still making it through clean. I just don't think it's going to make it as far. That's me though. 1, 2, 3. It's getting kind of choppy already. But you know, that's the thing. The powder stills aren't really meant for fine edge retention. They're meant more for holding a good edge for a long time, as opposed to holding a really good edge for a short time. 2, 3. It's already having troubles, like, I don't know. I don't see this lasting very long. 1, 2, 3. I get a new paper towel. If those get too narrow, it's hard to do the test. Uh-oh. This might be over. It's pretty much over, I think. Okay, good. It still went. I hope the edge improves as I go along. 1, 2, 3. I ripped it right there. Alright, that went through actually pretty clean right there. See, it's having troubles getting through at the beginning. See, that's not clean right there. Get a new one. Okay, good. I made it through clean. All right, good. We're still on. 1, 2, 3. Got some cardboard on the edge there. Okay, it's going through clean again now. I don't know what happened, but it picked up its act a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's still a little jagged though, so I don't know how this is going to hold up compared to the other. Let me just make sure you guys are still recording there. This piece is kind of crushed a little. One, 2, 3. This knife is not cutting through as straight as the Leek, but I mean, it's cardboard and it's a thicker edge. Okay, that didn't get to the top cleanly, as you can see there. slipped out there on my own. Okay. Let's try that again. I don't know, that's barely getting in there. It's getting in, so it made the cut into there. Alright, I made it through. It barely got in though, but it did get in. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're still recording. Good. Okay, see that still got in too. It's not very clean though, but it's getting in. Okay, that had a rough spot there. Let's try it again. I don't know, that might be it. Let me try another paper towel. That one got through cleaner right there. Okay, that one made it through. I think it's really close to the end though. Good thing about this test is if you think I should have called it at a certain point, you can call it at an end when you're watching it. You can say, oh no, I don't think it did well there. I think you should have called it then. And so you can say it's over then. Alright, let's try it again. Oh, barely. The end got a snag, but it made it through. I mean, this one, I don't expect this one to make it as long, even though it's a more abrasive resistant steel. It's because the edge on here is thicker than on the Leek. So that's going to make a difference for holding that fine edge. Okay, so look where I went to the cutting. So I'm pretty sure I'm in the acceptable range there on that cut. Right to there. Okay, still cutting through. Two, 3. That barely made the cut in. I don't even know if that was... try it again. Okay, that made a clean cut in, but it takes more blade length to get into there. Alright, so it's still cut through there clean, but it's taking a little more effort to get in. 1, this might be the last one. 2, 3. Okay, that ripped it. Let's try it again. Okay, got in. Okay, that made it through barely. Just barely. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're still recording. Okay, good. You know, it's weird. The cardboard sticks on this edge more than on the Leek. I don't know why, but the cardboard sticks on this edge. Oh, that got through pretty clean, actually. Oh, that ripped it. Alright, time for a new paper towel. Now that ripped it again. Let's try it again. Last one. I don't know. It ripped it again. I'm going to give it one last try, okay, with another piece, just in case I got a weird paper towel. This is it, though. Okay, that made it through clean, actually. So, that could be an ending point there, but it did make it through, so. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's here. Okay, you're still recording. That's barely even getting a clean cut in there. Let me try it. Okay, that made it through. Okay, see that ripped it again. Make sure the edge, there's no cardboard on it. Alright, here we go. Make sure you're still recording. Yep. Okay, got in clean. Okay, let me see if that does it again. This is kind of a hard test to judge on, you know, because it has such fine cutting parameters. That barely cut in, but it did cut it in. Alright, that's it. It's over for that one. Okay, so I'm back here. I want to do a little bit more cutting here because they both seem to be a little bit alive still. So I'm going to do 5 cuts at a time here though, so we can go through this part faster, okay? So, as you remember in the end of the last video segment, this was still cutting the paper towels, okay? So, get this cut through here. Alright, paper towels. Alright, 5 cuts, here we come. 1, 2, 'Heck? Okay, so we'll call it 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's bent. 5. It's odd. Alright, that's going through clean still. It's odd that I ended the test when I did. Maybe the knives are just warm. Who knows? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, still clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, another 5 coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That wasn't super clean. Let's try it again. That cut through cleaner right there. Alright, that cut through again. Didn't tear it. See if I can get 5 more out of this piece of cardboard here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the cardboard sticks to this knife steel more than the Leek for some reason. That one wasn't clean right there. It cut through the rest of the way pretty clean. See, that had a little jagged edge right there, but actually that's kind of clean actually. Let me try it again though. Okay, that was clean. Okay, that made it. Alright, next piece of cardboard here. One, two, three, 4, 5. You have to clean off this m390. There's something that catches cardboard fibers on here. Alright, that didn't cut through clean on the top, nor did it cut through clean here. You see the jagged edge there. So. Alright, that's a clean one. One, two, three, 4, 5. That barely cut into there. Okay, that left a jagged cut right there, so that one is not a good cut. Alright, that one was clean. One. That's odd. Okay. One and a half. 2.5. 3.5. 4.5. 5. You're still recording? You're still recording? Good. Okay. A little jagged on the top there. You can see how jagged it was right there, but not too bad. Try it again. Okay, that one went through clean. Okay, I'm sliding out there. Let me try it again. That could be just my technique. Alright, it's clean. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, you're still recording. So next paper towel victim here. Okay. That cut through cleaner than the previous one. But it feels a little more choppy going through, but actually that's a clean cut. Let's try it again. It's getting harder to get into the paper towel now. Let me try it again. That went through clean right there. Alright, that was clean. You're still recording? You're still recording. Who knows for how long though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, you're still recording. Alright, that is not clean at all. Let's try it again. I can barely cut into there now. Alright, one last try possibly. You're still recording, good. That cut through better. Alright, that is no longer cutting clean. We're going to call it finished right there. Okay guys, so I'm back here. So this is going to be my recap video. So initially I did this cut test. The cut test was to see, was to test the razor sharp edge holding capabilities of these two knives. So you know, you have your working edge, you know how long a knife can cut, you know how many pieces of rope it can cut while still cutting, you know, printer paper. But this, we've always heard people saying, well, this still holds a razor edge longer than this steel, but this still holds a working edge longer than this steel. Okay? So I wanted to test the razor edge holding capability of these, not the working edge. So I set out to do the test, cutting through cardboard until it would no longer reliably slice this paper towels, you know. And initially the Leek had won with 60 cuts versus the 48 cuts of the Valet. But then when I was going through the recap video, the Valet was actually cutting the paper towel better. And then I went through phone book. They both easily went through phone book paper. But that should be how it is though, because this is still a razor sharp edge, okay? Because we didn't go to the end like with the rope cut test, just until it would stop cutting paper towel. And then I went to shaving my arm hair. This thing shaved off more arm hair easily than this one did. Okay, so then I realized I need to redo this test. So I didn't start over. I just started off where I left off, and from that point on, the Leek did another 10 cuts before it just completely died, and the Valet did another 55 cuts. So we have the winner changed hands here. The winner now is the Valet with 103 total cuts versus the 70 on the Leek. Okay. Now with this test here, there was different parameters with these things. They behaved in very different ways. With the Leek here, it was cutting through the paper towel easier to begin with because it can take a finer edge. But as it was wearing down for the first, 15 to 20 cuts, this was actually doing better than the Valet. So for the first, 20, 25 cuts up to that point, maybe 30 cuts even, this was the better cutter. And then that's when this one started going down. Around the 20 cut mark, I thought this was done. I mean, it was having a hard time going through. So this actually maintained the razor edge better initially. So for the first, couple dozen cuts. And that could be attributed to how thin the edge is on here. This has very good edge geometry. And it has that razor steel that has a really fine grain. So you don't have those, thick, those heavy, hard carbides in there. Where this one here, it was struggling from the beginning because it doesn't get as sharp as the Leek. This one here, it's actually thicker behind the edge than the Leek. It doesn't have the awesome geometry that this Leek has, although it still has good geometry. So this one, it did well for the first 5 or 10 cuts, but then I thought it was going to die shortly after that, but it kept going to 48. But the thing is, this one held on to that razor edge longer in the end. Although this one had a sharper edge to begin with because it's a thinner knife stock, this one ended up winning. So this one actually held its edge better in the long run. So just to show where we're at here, to see if they're both equally dead again, I'm going to cut through the paper towel again. Okay, so they're cutting through better now than they were when I stopped again. But let's see. So you can see it catches, it's pretty much over for that guy. This one here, this one actually slides into the paper towel easier. And that's probably because of the carbides. It just bites into it a little bit more, so it goes deeper in the initial cut. Try it again. This is just to show where they were at after the test here, okay? So it looks like this one died down more now. So they're both relatively dead, but they both still get through. But just to show where they're at, here's phone book paper. Alright, there we go. So you can still see it can cut phone book paper. So it still has a good edge on it still, okay? Now for the Leek. It still cuts foam paper well, as you can see. It does a good job. It has some catches on there, but this has a really thin blade stock, so it still cuts pretty good, okay? And now just to do like what we do at the end of the rope test, we'll cut through printer paper. So you can see how easily it's cutting through the printer paper. So this is nowhere near as dull as these would be after the rope cutting test. Okay, so you can see how they both cut through the printer paper no problem. So that just shows you the degree of sharpness they're still at. If this was on the rope test, these would still have a long way to go. So that's the end of my video. I had expected the Leek to win, but in the end the Valet pulled ahead. So in the end, 103 cuts versus 70 cuts for how long it will hold its razor sharp edge. Let me just try shaving some hair really quick. Okay, that one took off about a dozen hairs. One took off about almost like a half dozen hairs. So that's the weird thing. This one is shaving better. So either way, we have a winner here, the Valet. So let me know what you guys think. It's a long video, so that's why I did this recap one, and I'm going to post this separately so you guys can see what the results were, and then you guys can view the video footage to see how it was done. So thank you guys for watching again. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys. Bye.